Welcome to episode 29 of the No Scrubs podcast. I'm your host, Lewis, and joined with me today, my co-host, a man who is not in the Epstein files, Stephen. How you going?
Relieved.
Look, I know I haven't done anything wrong, but I just had a feeling, I just have bad luck,
Imagine explaining that one.
Frank Reynolds, like, I was there for the snorkeling, I was just there for the snorkeling.
Just imagine that at like a pub or something, and they're reading off like the names and stuff, and it's like, and Stephen full name, and it has a picture of me. I'll be like, what?
Oh fuck!
Nah, I never had an Xbox growing up, so I'm chilling.
Hey, he also played Little Big Planet. Okay, so just saying, you
emphasis on the little.
Little St. James Planet.
Little Big Island.
That was a way better one. you knocked that one out of the park. I'm glad you hit us with a 29 as well, and that's a throwback. Shout out to the new girl, underrated gem. Yeah, I really think we're not really like. There's a couple of sitcoms that we enjoy, but we're not really sitcom guys. I feel like sitcoms are like very, very American, and I don't always mean that's a bad thing, but I think culturally Americans really like sitcoms, and everyone else is like, no, right. Like Seinfeld, outstanding. Malcolm in the Middle, fantastic. There are exceptions, but
I definitely reckon it's like it's a thing of like syndicated TV / cable. And that's been on its way out due to streaming services and stuff. They'd always have like a primetime slot, but like now, you can just go onto Netflix, Disney Plus, Amazon, whatever, watch your hero slot instead of like sitting through a sitcom. Also, it took me a while to realize, like I would say like years later to realize that sitcom stands for like situational comedy.
Yeah. I'll be honest, I always forget that as well. I just think I know what a sitcom is, and then you don't really think about what the meaning is. Dude, at work all the time, me and the boys are always looking up like the etymology, of words. Like, wait, what's that word come from? Oh, it's Latin. Oh, interesting. Like all the fucking time, we just get sidetracked looking up shit like that. It's good shit. I love being informed.
Do you do the same with like phrases like timely phrases?
Yeah, all the time. It's like never look a gift horse in the mouth, and you're like, what does that even mean? It's like if someone gifts you a horse, horse with a th. Don't examine the teeth of the horse is considered rude because they've gifted it to you. Don't be like looking up like, has this horse got some fucked teeth? Like apparently that's one of the first things you check if you were buying a horse. It's a gift horse, so don't look it in the mouth. It almost makes it sound like if you look the gift horse in the mouth, it'll kick you in the teeth or something. Like the way that it reads is like that gift horse is gonna fuck your day up, but it was really just you don't look it in the mouth. It's a rude thing. I'm giving you this horse.
Because I too looked up that phrase, and interpretation of it was just like if they've got like if they're the gums are starting to recede and stuff like that. It's like this is a horse that's like getting old past its prime.
Yeah, exactly.
I love the British saying, "Don't piss on my boots and tell me it's raining."
That's a good one. That is a great one.
Yeah,
I've also heard some people say, "Don't piss on my head," but both are good. I would prefer that nobody pisses on me, to be honest.
What about almost pissing on someone?
Well, that's a different story. Look, when you're told, all right, no one's allowed out of the garage, right? No one's allowed out there. Well, and you're on a balcony, you're just like, well, that's a perfectly good place to piss because no one's going to walk out there because no one's allowed out in that little courtyard. So, where's a man to piss otherwise? What, in the toilet? No. There's 7 women lining up to use that, mate. I've got to piss off a balcony. There's no other choice. There's
also something real satisfying that the the wet slapping noise it makes when you're like pissing on concrete is just intensified when you're pissing off a balcony because it's got that much distance to travel.
The gravity.
And, yeah,
the gravity of the
yeah.
situation.
Yeah, so regular pissing on the concrete, it's like piss bullets, but yeah, pissing off a balcony, that's like piss grenades. Doof, doof, doof,
Piss
doof,
grenades.
doof.
That's the name of Steven's new EP coming out. All right.
Yeah, piss grenades. Off my the leading single was "Don't Piss on Me, Please." The second song's called "Unless."
Yeah, well, don't knock it till you try it, I guess. This is not an endorsement. We're not a Golden Showers podcast.
Don't look a piss horse in the mouth.
Oh, Jesus. So, yes, this is a gaming podcast, not a piss podcast, just in case anyone was unaware. There's one guy's like,
the
FBI agent meme.
Yes.
yeah. He's just like so disappointed. Finally, I found my new piss podcast. Oh, man. Man's day is ruined. Yeah, sorry, script.
Well, I've already got a name if we were to do a piss podcast, and I absolutely ripped it off from SVU.
Go on, mate, hit me with it.
There was this guy making bootlegs of, like, he was setting cameras in, like, public toilets to catch people pissing. And I remember watching that show when I was, like, a kid. So, like, this title of this bootleg has stuck with me for years. It was called Urine Luck.
It's funny how these things stick with you. Like, we've got an old mate from way back that said he's like, as a child, I always remember watching Dragon Ball Z and seeing the episode title come up that was Dende's demise, and he's like, oh no, what's going to happen to Dende? I remember seeing it was. I specifically remember on Briggs Road and I guess it's like the crossover of like Shirley and Mighty How, and it's like the fish and chip shop there, and there's a dairy, and I remember seeing like a Woman's Day or a Woman's Weekly magazine cover or something. Like, they'd have them outside, the big ones, just so you could see it, and it was just Bono from U2 with his hand down his pants, and it said, Bono still hasn't found what he's looking for. And I remember that from when I was like 8 years old, and that the guy who was writing, or woman, writing that headline was fucking fist pumping to themselves. Yes. I fucking got it. Like,
I'm paying my rent this week.
Yeah. And it, to be fair, absolutely fucking great title. Nailed it. Like, no notes. Perfection. Like, hilarious. Takes the title of the song. Everything. Beautiful.
It's like that video of, like, Elijah Woods running his hand across that, like, fence, and he's just like, terrific.
Yeah. Terrific is such a good word for it as well. Eh? Like, it's... Oh, fantastic. So yes, once again, this is a show about gaming. We're big gamers here, big gamers. So I guess we better talk about gaming.
Gaming.
Yeah, my friend Ming, shout out, great guy. So there was a Nintendo Partner Direct recently. So we're just going to go over that. I'll be honest, the partner showcase is, for me, kind of boring because it's like, hey, here's mostly shit that you've seen. Here's shit that's released on other platform that we're getting now on the Switch too. Yes, we could have had it on launch, but we didn't give dev kits to anyone because we were really fucking slow at it. But we're gonna go over it. So they start off fucking going hard out the gates. So Orbitals. Mm-hmm. I think this game looks so fucking fun. As much as I'm like, yeah, this showcase sucked. Which, look, I didn't say that, but and then I'm like, Orbitals, bro, this looks so good. I'm very pleased with how this game is shaping up, and I'm always the one who's like, oh, anime art style. Sorry, anime art style, but this I'm like, anime art style. It's so good. There's like this late 80s, early 90s anime aesthetic, very like Akira Toriyama kind of as well. It looks so fucking good, man. It looks so good. And it is a co-op, essentially like a puzzle platformer. I think I've got to get it. I have to get this game. It looks amazing. Just that aesthetic, the music, the vibes, the gameplay looks good as well. What do you reckon?
Well, also, just want to tack on there. Something that's also really good is it is cross-platform between the Switch 2 and the regular Switch, which is nice.
Oh, that's really nice.
Yes. And I reckon, because, like, you know, you had It Takes Two and Split Fiction, we've got Orbitals coming out, I'd like to think that this is, like, another genre coming out. It's like Two Souls.
Oh, shit. We're going to...
What?
Finally, we're going to get Army of Two 3. I think there were two Army of Two games. But yeah, I really enjoyed games like that back in the day where there were these kind of co-op
Couch
games,
co-ops.
or like in the Xbox 360 era. It's interesting because it was less of it on PlayStation. I think like Resistance was like, this is single player. But we had, on Xbox, we had Gears of War, which you could play co-op. You had Halo, stuff like that you could play through single player experiences with your friends. I think even in that era, Portal 2 launched, which I always think of more of a PC game, but also had like a single player campaign, which is better than the multiplayer, but a co-op campaign that was really good, and it was a completely separate campaign. So yeah, it's cool getting stuff like this again.
Couch-like.
I wish couch like. Now we're talking. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. As much as I wish it was on PC, I have a Switch too, so I will play it there.
And I have a Switch too.
A Switch also.
Yeah, yeah.
So the next game was... Oh, how do I say that? No, it's a Paranormal Site. The Mermaid's Curse. This game kind of... Is this like almost like...
A Danganronpa, like, or a Zero Time
visual
Dilemma.
novel, but also looks like it has some almost like point and click kind of stuff in it.
Yeah, no, it's... What is the... Is it?
This is a lot more Steven coded than Lewis coded, that's for sure.
Yes. Because when I saw it, I was like, hey, I real fuck with the aesthetic. I do like a visual novel, as you may or may not know, and I can be talked into playing a detective murder mystery.
Fuck it, I bet it doesn't take much either, eh?
Nah. Though I have fallen, I have fallen off Ghost Trick. I want to get back into that, but yeah. No, I like suspense. I like twists. I like the psychological side of things. So yeah, no, I'm keen. I'm keen to dabble it.
Hell yeah. The next game, Captain Tsubasa 2
Soccer.
World Fighters. And it is the British would say, football.
Football.
Yeah, it looks like it's an anime soccer game. Look, this doesn't do much for me, but it looks kind of fun.
I can't trash the Captain Tsubasa series because of one GIF, and I was talking to one of my mates who's very into football, and I talked about, I was like, oh, have you heard of this game? It's like, oh, it's just anime soccer. It's like, yeah, but you need to see this. It was a GIF of this character has the soccer ball, and he puts his foot on it, stands on it, and then he, with his other foot, he kicks the ball and then puts his foot resting on the other foot that's already on the ball. So he's basically leaning back and riding the ball with his feet.
That is kind of badass.
Yeah, I'll show you after this pod.
Sounds good to me. The next game, and this game, I don't know, man. This game looks different. Tokyo Scramble, where it is a third-person, it looks like a stealth horror game where you are running away and hiding from dinosaurs. But it looks it looks kind of janky. It doesn't look really well put together. It almost looks like it's got an energy that looks not. I don't mean this in a slanderous way, but almost a little asset flippy. If you're going through like a mall or something, that's like there's a bunch of rubble and stuff, but it looks like a mall or like a maybe a train. What do you call it? Like a subway? Yeah, okay. I tell you about it. It looks definitely more like a subway, even though there's a random fucking like digger in the subway. But visually, I'm like, is this like a PS3, Xbox 360 era game? My first thought, I'm like, is this a port? But I don't think it is. It's just very.
It kind of looks like I don't know, a game that couldn't get that was heavy in develop for the original Switch. For some reason, it just couldn't get off the ground. So it was like, okay, we'll re-release it. Could be wrong, but some of because it's co-op. Well, multiple people can play, but correct me if I'm wrong, but some of the features just sound real tacked on. It's like, oh, one person can control the camera or can do stuff like that. And I'm like,
oh,
I don't know.
Yeah. It's like, it's technically. Is this one? It's like, it's technically 4-player, but you can have 2 people control the. Yeah, so it's technically 4-player. One person can do movements, one person does actions, one person controls apps, one person controls camera. And you can have 4 players controlling different things. But it supports 2 controllers, but 4 players because you share the controller. You're both holding half the controller each. I guess technically Joy-Cons, right? So you have this Joy-Con, they have that Joy-Con, but yeah, it feels very tacked on.
Last minute.
Yeah. The thing is, the game actually looks okay, but just the visuals are like very, very, very dated.
Drab.
Yeah.
A lot of grey.
Yeah. Maybe that's why I was thinking PS3, Xbox 360 era. It's like, yeah, mate, just chuck a piss filter on this and we're good to go.
Yeah, there was around that era there was a lot of like sort of sepia tone to like the skylines and stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. I've been playing a little bit. I didn't note it down. I'm playing through a little bit of Gears of War 1, that remaster that they've done, the second remaster of Gears of War 1, because needed another remaster. But yeah, there's a lot of greys and browns here. And I'm not talking about Coltrane. No, but also I fucking love Coltrane. That's my fucking dude. What a great cast of characters.
What is
the only one I don't like in the first one is Dom, because I'm like, he's just so like down buzz, and then he's like, oh well, to be fair, his wife has been captured by the Locust. Like I'm like, oh, this guy just needs to lighten up a bit, like Beard or Coltrane, Yeah, he's trying to find his fucking wife. Like, of course, this man's fucking down buzz. Actually, such a great cast of characters. But yes, all the fucking everything is like, this wall is grey and this is brown, and it's like everything's very sad, dire. Like,
yeah, but what does Coltrane run on?
Whole grain, baby. Woo! Yeah.
I'd like to think that was just an ad-lib line that the guy just said.
Yeah, then they're like, nah, this man's cooking.
Yeah.
Great cast of characters. Anyway, this is about this Nintendo Direct. So next game was Valheim, which has been out for quite a while. It's a third-person survival crafting game. And I'm going to be honest. I remember when this came out, and I had FOMO, and everyone was talking about how good it was. It was in early access on PC, and I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll give it a go. And I spent like an hour in it, and I was like, I hate this. Why did I buy another survival crafting game? I hate this shit. And that doesn't mean the game is bad by any means, but this is not for me at all. It also was really poorly optimized on PC. Ran like absolute shit when I played it, and I was like, nah, not for me.
Do you also think that some of the footage that they showed on the Nintendo partnership of Valheim was really unflattering? Like a lot of blurry textures and stuff like that?
The game's already not really a looker, and that's, I think, by design, right? I mean, it'd be like, yeah, the graphics of Minecraft aren't very good. It's very blocky, right? And it's a stylistic choice. However, this game does look considerably worse on the Switch too. Like these
Muddy. It looks muddy.
very muddy, very very muddy textures. There's nothing like, yeah. It's again, we're looking like we're getting, and I know it's a handheld, but we're looking like we're getting games from the Xbox 360. Well, this actually looks worse. Like almost PS2. Like it's a little less square than PS2, but it's almost got a PS2 look to it on the Switch too. Eh? And you can make games like, yes, I know the scope of something like Orbitals isn't going to be as big as this, but look how fucking good Orbitals looks, man. Look how good
Crisp.
Orbitals looks, and then you look at Valheim and you go, oh.
Crisp. Well, it's like, what's that game that's, it's not graphically pleasing and it's meant to be like, look real, low tech, for all the stuff going on, but it's got a following, Kenshi? Like, when my mate was talking about that, I was like, that game looks like doo-doo. But he's just like, no, it's just like, no, it's stylistic choice. There's so much to do in it. I was like, Cole.
And there are games that do that. Like, I always fucking forget the name of it, but there's that hideous game that Pyrocynical did a video on. My personal friend Pyrocynical that I played one game of Highguard with. And yeah, sometimes people just do that, and sometimes they'll do it deliberately. Sometimes it'll just be, Cruelty Squad, right? Cruelty Squad, that was a stylistic choice to make that ugly. But I kind of, after a while, I kind of liked it.
I looked very deep fried.
Very deep fried, and the guy's just a big fucking meme lord. So, yes. As well, it could be a cope of being like, oh man, I'm really suck at doing visuals, so I'm going to make things deliberately look like shit. So, so this is a deliberate choice, so people can't criticize the graphics. Maybe there's something in that as well. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, if you like survival games, I mean, Valheim could be a go for you. Next game was, so Hollow Knight, not Silk Song. Hollow Knight Switch 2 edition, so it's been out forever, but this looks great on the Switch too. I know it's a game that's been out for a long time, but yeah, this looks stunning. It looks like it's at 60 frames as well. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Hollow Knight. I still think I preferred the first one to Silk Song, but both are good. So yeah, good shit. eFootball Kickoff. I think this is the Konami one. So yeah, football game for those who like football. Not me. Yeah, Stephen looks like he's taking the kids to football, but he's just not a.
I'm not a sports ball sort of person.
You just got to look the part.
Yeah.
The next game, The Adventures of Elliot, The Millennium Tales. This game still looks real fucking good.
Who the fuck is Elliot? Throwback to
It is done by the Octopath Traveler team, but it's their take on essentially 2D Zelda. And aesthetically, yeah, looks great. Looks awesome. I'm definitely interested. I heard that apparently this is coming to PC as well. I'm like, what the fuck?
Easy.
Where did that start happening? So yeah, I will. We'll see. And then I've just looked it up on. I can't see it on Steam. Maybe I've been lied to. But looks good anyway. I'm definitely interested. If this was coming to a platform that you have, would you consider?
I'll get it on sale. Yeah. Or wait for the reviews to come in because it's remind me of the obviously the Octopath games, but it's also reminding me of what was the game? Is it the Star Ocean remake? Second Story R, where it's like um, the backgrounds are like 3D and stuff, but they've kept the sprites that were used in the original Star Ocean.
Oh, that's cool. It's kind of nice as well for the fans, the long time
That,
fans.
that also is like an action RPG, but I think the main difference is it's you walk, you get into a scrap, and then it's almost like any turn-based JRPG where random encounter, whatnot, and then it transitions into the battlefield. It's like that, but you control the character.
Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah, gamer.
Yeah,
Hell yeah, friend,
friend, pal,
buddy.
lover.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
hey,
buddy.
hey,
That's what I
easy,
was going to
easy,
say. That's what I was
easy.
going to say.
So next game is Super Bomberman Collection. I didn't know that the first Super Bomberman. I also just kind of thought it was Bomberman or Super Bomberman, unless it's a different string of Bomberman games. They could put the iconic Bomberman logo. They didn't have to do Super Bomberman 2. The Super Bomberman's just kind of got a, I don't know, it's a logo, and then the rest of them look awesome. Super Bomberman. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It's funny how look at the logos though. Like so on 3 they're like previously unreleased in North America. Ah, cool. And then Super Bomberman 4, the 4 and that it's going real fast. Well, I think it's just an explosion's going off. So the 3 doesn't have that. No explosion, and 4 there's an explosion. Right? You're like, damn, look at that shit. Also never released in North America and Europe. And then Super Bomberman 5, even bigger explosion, bro. It's going even faster. And never released in North America and Europe as well. So I'm like, that's cool. I don't think the price is going to be right on this for me, but if this goes on sale for a good price, I'm absolutely picking this shit up, bro. I thoroughly enjoy Bomberman. So, an intermediate, I had a friend, just one. Shout out Sung, that was my dude, and he you have some online Korean Bomberman game like multiplayer, like PvP. It was fucking awesome, and it was free to play. It was so good, man. There was one of my first all nighters was playing that at his place. So we started off doing that. He showed me Maple Story, which I thought was kind of cool because I was 11, 12 years
None the
old.
wiser.
Yeah, and then we started playing. We started playing Dragon Ball Z Budokai, and that's the first time I played Budokai, and I was like, dude, this fucking rules. So, yeah.
Two.
Yeah. I think my second all nighter, because my first I stayed up all night playing Dynasty Warriors with Matt Code. Yeah.
The So what I think's real interesting, you say like Super Bomberman. Um, it's cool that when games were released on the Super Nintendo, to basically like emphasize the fact that this is a Super Nintendo game, they'll have Super at the front, or like there was a Star Wars game, it was called like Super Star Wars, and that sort of trend they also did with the Game Boy Advance, where it would be like X title Advance. Um,
Or
and I
Mario
remember,
64, or yeah, that
yeah,
makes
yeah.
sense.
But there was one Bomberman game that for Game Boy Advance, I remember thrashing. You could just do regular Bomberman style levels, but if you did the story mode, it's you plant bombs to get to the next place, but it had an element of like you get a creature that you have to like do battles with other people's creatures. It was a little bit it had a bit of an identity crisis. Like it was like we want the Pokemon fans. But it was charming. I remember, yeah, again, thrashing it when I was younger.
Like I looked at it as well. You're 100% right though about the Super Bomberman. That's exactly what it was. It's crazy to see how the first game looked to how the fifth game looked on the same console. And I think it was 1993 to 1997 when they released all 5 games. How much better that fifth game looks, eh? Like that first game looks super fucking rough, and then by the fifth game, even by the second game, they look pretty sharp. I guess the first one probably sold pretty well, and they were just like, "We got money." So yeah, I'm definitely interested.
I have a fond memory of when I went to with my old band. I would have a hired practice space, and the drummer would always be there first because, well, I'm pretty sure they were the one who was paying for it. But we'd get there and he's playing on his, like, it was either Nintendo 64 or GameCube. Pretty sure it was a 64. He was playing a Bomberman game, but it was a platformer. So it's interesting that they've had like a couple of titles when they sort of strayed from the usual formula, but still have elements of the regular Bomberman, be it in puzzle solving, or they'll just have like a classic mode where you can just play the original style of it.
Yeah, I mean, we got to think about as well how the transition from 2D to 3D gaming and how hard that was for, well, most of them except fucking Mario, apparently.
Nah.
Mario 64 came out and was like, oh, this is a straight banger. Everyone else, Sonic struggled for a long time. Obviously, Pac-Man didn't do great, even though we both enjoy Pac-Man World Repack, which still waiting for the second one to go on sale.
Yeah, so
Which apparently the second one is much better, but yeah, I really want to give that a blat. But Bomberman, I imagine, is in the same boat. They're probably trying to do a 3D transition of it, and it just didn't really take in the same way.
I like the idea of they release a game that's a collaboration between Mega Man and Bomberman. Like Mega Man starts off, yeah, man.
I just call it man. Man.
No, Man X Man.
Look, don't search that. Don't look that up.
But or Man Cross Man, whatever. And because Mega Man's had a bunch of games with different play styles. Like started off as a jump and shoot, then they went into like a third person, then they went the JRPG route. Bomberman, classic Bomberman, but also going platform. But they should call the game just Man X Man. What's it gonna be this time? And it's a racer. It's a fucking racing game.
To be honest, Mega Man's like...
Oh, Mega Man had a racing game as well.
In a racing game would be really fucking good. And it's essentially like the Robot Master's like weapons as like the... When you hit the item box and then you're getting Robot Master's weapons and stuff. Honestly, really fucking good idea. This would have had to release like 20 years ago, but that shit could have fucking hit, bro. That's... Write that down.
Well, there already was a Mega Man racing game. And a Mega Man soccer game.
Is there a Mega Man racing game?
Yeah, man. I want to say it was for like PlayStation 1.
Was it a kart racer though?
Yes, it was a kart racer.
Did they do what I said? Did they already do this? And I'm like, oh my god, I'm such a genius having this idea, and then it's been done literally 20 years ago. Well, more than that now.
Hey, I've had the same thing happen to me. I remember playing this game called Tonic Trouble, and it was basically Rayman, but he's an alien, and he'd get like juiced up and roided if he ate chocolate popcorn. And as a child, I was just like, nobody's ever done that. I'm going to invent chocolate popcorn. And I was like, oh, no, they've been doing it for ages.
Yeah. Look, but you could have been the first even. One of the funniest things is, so in New Zealand, there's a radio station called The Rock, and they were like, okay, we want you to call in, and if we want to hear from the person, if you think you've had an idea before anyone else had it, and then someone, like, company stolen your idea. So many people called up, and they're like, yeah, man, I was the first person to do Just Juice Bubbles, eh? I was the first person to mix lemonade and juice. And they're like, no, you're not. You're the fifth person to call today that thinks you've done that. Like, all of these people were so fucking adamant. They were like, nah, bro, nah, nobody did that back in the day. And I was at a birthday party, and I was like, a mad scientist. What if I mix these two together? Fucking crazy. It's like, yeah, bro, people have done that.
Since the dawn of time.
Yeah, I'm going to be the first person to go to, I'm going to go to Burger King, mate, and fill up my cup. Right, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to put some Coca-Cola in there, put a little dash of raspberry in there, mate. No one's going to suspect a thing. Oh shit! He invented Razzer and Coke. Oh.
I wish I knew about this radio call just so I could call in, just sounding like just really passionately upset, just yelling down the phone, just be like, I was the first person to ever piss in the sink, and then hang up.
You need to stop calling Harvey Norman. Speaking of pissing in the sink, so the next game up is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. And look, and I've been like, yes, the showcase is like, here's shit you've already seen. This running on the Switch too, because I played this on PS5, and yes, it's going to look a little softer, and it's not going to look as sharp. The scale of this game is fucking massive. The fact this is running on a handheld and seems to be running well, they have fucking cooked with this port, man. They've absolutely cooked. This looks great. I hope that the frame rate does stay solid all the way through. But goddamn, really, really good job on even, you know, yes, Switch 2 is a new console, but, you know, they did a great job getting this to run and look as good as it does. So, am I going to play it on the Switch? No, I've already played it. It's too late. Very cool. There is a rumor that Part 3 is supposed to release on PS5, Switch 2, Xbox, and PC all on the same date as well, instead of PlayStation getting it first. So,
yo,
we will see. We'll see what happens, but that's just what I'm hearing. This is what my inside sources are telling me, and by that I mean random people on Twitter. Next game, Pragmata. So this also looks really good on here. Looks great on the Switch too. Yeah, I'll talk a little bit about Pragmata later as well. This might be a day one for me, bro. It's actually.
Bro?
Did you play the demo?
I did.
Yeah.
I played and finished it before heading to the gym.
Hey, nice. So we'll talk a little bit more about Pragmata soon, but yeah, looks great. Looks like it's running great on the Switch. Good job. Switch 2, sorry. Next game, Turok Origins. I don't know. I really don't know, man. Does this look good? It's Saber, and it looks like a Saber game. I'm a fan of Saber. I actually think they massively punch above their weight. Space Marine 2 was really good. Yeah, it looks interesting. So it's a third-person shooter. You're fighting dinosaur-like alien creatures. There's a bit of a sci-fi and a bit of a, I guess we'll say fantasy, but there's it's Turok. There's you know, primitive technology and stuff, and in the past, and then mixed with sci-fi. You see a dinosaur with guns on its fucking back. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to see what reviews are like. I think I know as well. It's like, oh, so much for being a free thinker. What do you think?
It didn't really leave much of an impression on me. I was just like, I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, but you hate dinosaurs. You said that the Bible said that they're not real.
No, I'm going to go off what one of the substitute relief teachers said at high school. He's just like, I don't believe in God and I don't believe in heaven because heaven is where innocent people go. Dinosaurs were just doing their thing. I don't want to go to heaven. There's a bunch of velociraptors just fucking shit up there. True.
Yeah. It sounds pretty bad.
When I saw it, I was like, oh, Turok. They're giving that old IP a shake. Good on them.
I only learned recently that Turok was the original games, right? They were based on an old comic book series, I think from the 50s. I had no idea. So, yeah, we'll see.
Do you, what's it called? Do you remember that song, Black Bugs by Regurgitator?
Not by name. I'd probably have to hear it.
You know the song. You know it. Like the opening is like, I got Cuba black bugs in my video game. Pretty sure the band wrote that because it's like, yeah, we were playing so much fucking Turok and getting nothing done.
Dude, I love seeing when Periphery would do their, I think it was for Periphery 5, about the making of the album, and then you always see them like behind the scenes, there's them playing Elden Ring, or when they're on tour, they're like just playing Pokemon Go. I'm like, this is cool, man. It's cool just seeing dudes hanging out. It's not all just like, I'm a serious musician, I only write music, that's all I do. It's like, yeah, man, I'm gonna hang out and play games.
Well, it's like with their latest album, they've got Zagreus. They made the song Zagreus because they were playing a fuck ton of Hades, and I'm pretty sure they have that. There's that one song that I think was inspired by playing a fuck ton of Vampire Survivors.
Yeah, it's like Draco Glass or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't speak Italian, mate. I don't know.
I don't speak Vatican. Sorry.
I don't speak bibbity bobbity, right? I don't speak The Sopranos, okay? I don't speak gabagool.
But whenever people do like those accents and stuff, it reminds me of this green text where it's like, be me going out for a walk, it's like just had a really good day, just had the sudden urge to say it, and it's like, bada bing! It's like some Italian guy from like the apartment upstairs just yells out, bada boom!
Oh, good shit. I think it was Shane Gillis talking about how it was like the Italian accent is like the last accent that you can make fun of and is not considered racist. And because he got cancelled for like a racist jokes about Asian people, and he was like, yeah, it turns out I was the last, it's like someone's going to be the last person. Then or the first person that finds out that it's not cool to do that anymore, right? You're going to be the last person to try it on. And then he was like, I was that with Chinese people. But yeah, there is like you can, I don't know, man. If you go bibbity bobbity, you're like, you have a laugh about it. Everyone moves on, But if I did a bad Chinese accent, people are like, well, hey now, what are we doing, bro? You can't do that. And that's actually though how I feel reading these names like this next game. Kyoto Xanadu. I know that's going to sound better if I put a little Japanese pizzazz on it, but I'm not going to do it because it's going to sound bad and taken the wrong way. But there's certain words, there's that whole, people talk about how Barack Obama, when he was talking about different countries, and he'd be like Japan, China, Pakistan. Like, he's always like, why is it always Pakistan that he puts the emphasis on and tries to pronounce it that way? But the rest of these countries, he just pronounces as an English-speaking person would.
Also, Xanadu isn't a Japanese word.
Yeah, but shut
up. No. So what's funny is because big Trails fan done by Nihon Falcom, they did Tokyo Xanadu, and I've got one of the games on Steam.
So
And
you almost had a little Japanese flair when you said Xanadu, man. I'm just saying.
Xanadu, nah, and it was definitely we want the Persona crowd. But
Oh,
no,
yeah.
yeah. But this one looks real interesting because the first one, well, the game I played, it was you go through dungeons. The dungeons are pretty unimpressive because this is like a PlayStation Vita ported game. The combat is good. The customization and your loadout's real good, but this one it's like instead of traversing just dungeon corridors, they've got like 2D platforming segments, and I was like, oh, okay, is this going to be the whole game? And then when it gets into the actual fight, yeah, I was like, okay, interesting way to traverse like dungeons or something. So, man, I remember they did the announcement. Yeah, I remember they did the announcement that they were going to do another Tokyo Xanadu game. And I was like, cool. They just announced a splash image that they were working on it. But yeah, it's good that it's happening because Nihon Falcom, they deserve love.
Absolutely. And I just want to say, the second time you said Kyoto Xanadu, you did sound a little bit like Bobby Hill.
Xanadu.
Dad, I want to play Kyoto Xanadu. Dad, don't kiss me, Dad.
I'm okay, Dad.
Oh, man. Good shit. So next game, Digimon Story Time Stranger. I missed it. Almost missed out story. And this does look good, and I do hear good things. But it's out on everything else. It's coming to Switch 1 and Switch 2. 4K. So it does say up to 4K 30 frames on quality mode, which look pretty impressive on the for the Switch. That is on docked mode by the looks of things. But yeah, and then up to 1080p 60 frames in performance mode, also on handheld, which is cool. That's probably how I'd play it, to be honest, if I was playing it, even though it's not a game that you need that many frames, but 60 frames is just that's the minimum. That's the entry level amount of frames I want. So, yeah. Still looks good, but we've seen it a million times now. So cool that it's coming to Switch. Grand Blue Fantasy Relink Endless Ragnarok. People had heard that played it were like, yeah, it was alright. But it looks decent. Does this interest you as a weeaboo, Stephen?
Well, I do have Relink on my wish list, but I'm not touching that till it's like $30 at most, $35. Just because it reminds me of Tales of Arise.
Oh yeah.
And I did like that game. I did enjoy Tales of Arise. But yeah, I mean, it's cool that they're getting this IP that started off as like a mobile game that is getting, well, it's got the fighting game done by Arc Systems, and they've got a action JRPG. So it's like, yeah, cool. I guess versatile IP. Go them.
Hell yeah. Yeah. And it seems like it's got being successful for them across the board, which is great. So it's not just like, oh, this one's really popular and this one's not. It's just it's all doing well for them, so it's cool. The next game, Monster Hunter Stories 3, Twisted Reflection. And man, this looks good as fuck.
It does. It does.
The more I see of this, I'm like, damn, this game looks fucking awesome. This game looks like what Pokemon should be. It's crazy. Just so much of it, like, visually looks fucking great. And you're traversing these, like, pretty big areas, and you're riding your mount, and you're like, damn, this looks good, man. This looks real good. I'm definitely interested. I don't think I'm $120 interested, but it comes on sale at the right price. Man, I'll probably pick it up at some point. I'm super keen.
It's like Pokemon. If all the Pokemon were fossils.
It's like Pokemon if Game Freak fucking cared.
Yeah. It would be pretty cool. You get more utility out of your Pokemon. It's like, shit. Instead, I need to fly from from A to B. My fucking Charizard can fly, jump on his back, and just traverse. That would be cool. But multi-billion, maybe billion, dollar IP. Their games still look like they're made on like a $5,000 budget.
Yeah, and to be honest, their games are very low budget for what they are, but I do have something interesting about that a little later. A little bit later. Next game is Console Archives and Arcade Archives 2. It's a bunch of kind of
Retros.
arcadey kind of games, just bundled in. Some racing games, all sorts of stuff. There was a dude from fucking Monster Rancher on a fucking pogo stick.
That's right.
The fuck is this? I didn't even notice that earlier. Yeah, heaps of random games, some snowboarding, some racing, some I guess like bullet hell kind of games. You got the classic Ninja Gaiden 2, the dark sort of chaos is the OG 2D side-scrolling Ninja Gaiden. Yeah, bit of fun. Cool Borders was the other one. Yeah, sweet. The next bit, this is a bit of a sizzle reel. So we're just gonna skim through these because they showed you just for moments, like the Scott Pilgrim EX arcade game, side scroll beat up, looks good. Another Eden Begins. It's like a turn-based RPG. Reanimal. This is made by the guys that made Little Nightmares, their new game. Well, Little Nightmares 1 and 2 specifically. Very much the same type of game, but heavy focus on co-op. Does look very good.
Mm-hmm.
WWE 2K26. It's coming to Switch.
Racing game.
Star Trek Voyager Access to the Unknown looks like a Fallout Shelter kind of game.
It does.
They might be underselling it. There might be more depth to it. Not my type of game. Not hating, just not for me. Disney Dreamlight Valley coming to Switch and Switch 2. That's one for the ladies.
Cozies.
Yeah, cozy game. PGA Tour 2K25. Yeah, shout out to the cozies in the chat. Yeah, but if you like golf, PGA. Cold, is that Cold CULD? I hate that. Cold Sept Begins. I'm not. Oh wait, there's a card game. It looks kind of like a card game mixed with possibly like a tabletop, almost like a Mario Party-esque kind of game. I don't know if that's your party game or not. Once again, sizzle reel. Goat Simulator 3. I did enjoy the first Goat Simulator. It was a dumb little game. And it came out at a great time because there were so many sim games coming out. It just completely took the piss out of sim games. Goat Simulator 3 super because they're like, oh, it's the second game, we're calling it 3. Whoa, we're so zany. I mean, yeah, kind of fun. Shadow Tactics Blades of the Shogun. So this looks like it is kind of like a stealth tactics kind of game, but it is not turn-based. So, looks interesting. Tales of a Ride, Beyond the Dawn edition. No one cares about that slop. Sorry, I'm just joking, Stephen. I'm joking. Yep. So that's coming to Switch 2 as well. All right. Now they're like, all right, now we're rolling out the big guns. And I actually find this section the most boring because it's shit that's coming out everywhere else pretty much or is already out. So Resident Evil Requiem, I'm not a Resident Evil guy, but this does look fucking excellent, and it also looks good on the Switch too. But Capcom don't need to keep showing this game off. You know,
No.
they've showed us so many times, and it looks great.
Ooh, glass of
But
water.
we just don't need to see anymore. You know, we've seen enough, and it definitely doesn't look as good on the Switch too. But once again, it is a handheld, so great that it's running. It looks like it's running well. It just definitely looks better on PlayStation, PC, and so on. But yeah, so cool that it's coming out to Switch 2 anyway. Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition, bro. This is going to be the worst place to play Fallout 4, I swear. I mean, I don't know what it is about. I think Skyrim is great on the Switch, and I just think, wow, this looks really rough. Yeah. I don't know, man. This should in theory be able to run this pretty easily, but I don't know. It's Bethesda jank, so. Oh, if you haven't played Fallout 4, been out forever, now's your chance. You can play it on the Switch too. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. This looks pretty good on the Switch too, to be honest. I think Machine Games has done really well. It looks great. Probably not a bad place to play it, but you know, it's on Xbox, it's on PC, it's on PlayStation. You know, so you've got options. And then the last one, which I do actually think looks better than Fallout because of the nature of the game, is the Oblivion remaster. I mean, I'm not just saying visually it looks better, but it does. And it looks like it runs better. But I think this type of game, I think the sword and shield and the bow and arrow and the slow kind of casting magic, I just think works a little bit better than Fallout does on the handheld. So, yeah. Anyway, that's the showcase. I was mostly underwhelmed myself, but
Orbitals.
I think this is Orbitals looks great. Looks really, really good. Adventures of Elliot looks great. Super Bomberman collection, and then the rest of it's like, hey, here's shit that's elsewhere, pretty much, which is just fine. Monster Stories, great. But I think the showcase is good if you are a Switch only gamer. I think you'll be like, oh, hell yeah, we're getting so much. But what I like from a showcase is either showing me new shit that we haven't seen before, or do what Xbox does. And I actually think they do the best showcases. Like, okay, here's our... It's not about the volume of games. I can't remember, what do they call it? Developer Direct. We're going in deep on 4 games.
Mm-hmm.
We're going in deep on it and showing you, like, going on a deep dive. I actually really enjoy those Developer Directs. I think they're really, really good. So, yeah, it was alright. But once again, if you only own a Switch 2, this is probably a fucking awesome showcase. But I own everything because I am impulsive and can't help myself. I don't have any other fucking hobbies, to be fair. I haven't even been drinking, mate. I haven't been wasting money on alcohol. I've just been gaming.
Wish I could say the same.
So, it's alright. What are your thoughts on the showcase overall?
It's fine.
Are you impressed?
Orbitals.
Second reference to that tonight.
It was good.
That's peeing off the balcony thing from earlier. Just for context. We can't do the inside jokes. We were told about that from the feedback from script from episode 1, but here I am doing it. So I will elaborate.
No, to me, the highlight was seeing more of Orbitals. Yeah, a lot of it was, hey, it's like, this would be pretty killer for someone who hadn't seen the previous announcements about these games. It almost seemed like a recap, a remember this, it's coming out. It was fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fine.
Yeah, I know I'm super biased as well for Orbitals, but the first trailer we saw, which was the Keighley's, wasn't it? It was Jeff Keighley's, the Game Awards, when we saw Orbitals. And it only showed you a little snippet of it. So I think this was one that was good to actually show us a bit more in depth with what you do in the game. So I thought that was really good. Same with Monster Hunter as well. I thought that was really good to show us a bit more of that. To just get, oh, this is coming out in a wee bit. Just get yourself ready. So, yeah. It's alright. So Final Fantasy VII is getting a new release on Steam. The old version is being named the 2013 edition, and saves will not be compatible. And they have yet to say what what this new version is. They haven't said what it's adding, what it's changing. They're like, yeah, this version's not going to work anymore. Okay, well, it's still going to work. You're just like, the new version's coming out. You get it for free, but your save doesn't carry over to the new version.
Dang.
Who knows? Who knows what they're changing? I heard someone say it's to get it to be in line with the other ones have released on PlayStation and that as well, and maybe on the Switch, just so they're all the same version across the board. I don't know. Worth mentioning. A lawsuit has been filed by digital rights activist Vicky Shotbolt. That's an interesting. On behalf of the UK Steam purchasers. It claims Valve abused Steam's dominant position by charging high fees, locking in customers, and restricting competition, resulting in higher costs for consumers. Tim Sweeney's been backing this lawsuit on Twitter. I don't know if he's fronted up any money for it or anything, but he's just, of course he is, because he's competition. Well, I say competition, but competition for Steam with the Epic Game Store. And I completely disagree with this, because if they were driving up prices, why is Steam cheaper than every other storefront? Like, is Valve's 30% cut driving prices up? I don't think so. Their sales are better than the Epic Game Store that take 12%. So I don't think that's true. I'm pretty sure PlayStation take the same cut, and their prices are fucking way higher than Steam. It's absurd. PlayStation has like no fucking sales. They're like, hey, we've got a good deal for you, mate. We've got a good deal. We've got 40% off. I'm like, but you want to charge $140 for this game, bro? I'm not paying that. I see it all the time when it's like, yeah, this game's on sale. It's $80. I'm like, it's not a fucking sale.
I don't understand why what they mean by locking in customers.
It could be like saying that, you're getting ecosystemed by Valve. You're not going to buy games anywhere else. You're only going to buy them on Steam. Which, that part, probably true. I only want to buy games on Steam. I don't want to buy games on the Epic Store. But
Stung on multiple
did buy
launches.
Games on the Epic Store, and I got stung by it. I got stung by it fucking twice. I lost my Ashen save because there's no cloud saves back then, and I lost my Hades save twice. One was not their fault. One was like my PC had a malfunction, and I think the hard drive fucked out or got corrupted or something. Okay, not entirely their fault, but if they actually had modern current features then, like Steam did, I wouldn't have lost my save. And that's when I was like, I'm not playing Hades again until it launches on Steam. I waited for it to come out on Steam before I played it again. So, yeah. That's why. Like, yes, I've got those features now, but I'm like, fuck you. Fuck your dog shit platform. They didn't have a fucking cart for so long. You had to buy the games. If you're like, oh, here's 2 games I want. Got to buy them individually, mate. You can't put them in a cart and buy them at the end.
So
like, shit like that was like years and years behind. So I'm massively Team Valve on this. It would, if these other companies were actually giving better cuts to developers and having better sales and better deals, then I'd be like, oh, okay, well, these deals are better on the Epic Store, but they're fucking not. The only thing Epic Store's got is it's got Fortnite, and then it gives you free games. So, and I have hundreds of free games that I don't play on the Epic Store. So, yeah, I've been surprisingly a fairly I've been often a defender of Tim Sweeney's takes, to be honest, more than the average person. I think that a lot of people don't understand a lot of the financial realities in the space and so on, but from what I understand is that they are not turning a profit on the Epic Store. And they're like, so if they didn't have Fortnite to prop it up, then 12% clearly doesn't work. Valve makes billions of dollars. Clearly 30% does work, but maybe the answer's not 12%. Maybe it's 20% instead of 30%. I don't know. I think that I'm okay with things being considered to change percentages if it's more pro developer, but I don't know, man. Doesn't really seem to work out for Epic. This one, okay. Obviously, there's a lot of horrific stuff happening with the Epstein files. But, so this is my favourite one. This one gave me a laugh. So the Epstein files revealed that Jeffrey Epstein was banned from Xbox Live in 2013 over harassment, threats, and or abuse. And I was like, here I was thinking this Jeffrey Epstein was an upstanding guy. And I found out he was banned on Xbox Live. What kind of piece of shit was he, eh? Unbelievable.
What could he have been up to?
What could have he been up to?
Who's to say?
Nah, the worst thing he did was say no words on the Xbox, that's for sure.
And then he's just like, I'm sorry, I thought this was a COD lobby.
Yeah, but that was just a bizarre thing that leaked from it. And then people like spoofed on Pokemon Go to Epstein Island, and they found there was a fucking Pokestop on Epstein Island. Like, what the fuck? And it has since been removed. I'm like, that's crazy. Look, I guess you gotta have something for the kids to do in the downtime, I guess,
Pokemon, go to the island.
That very, very fitting. Very fitting with the old Clintons. But yes, look, I understand most of it is truly horrific stuff, genuinely. But this was just one of those little snippets that's relevant to gaming that we thought we'd mention.
There's just like a little screenshot of one of his messages. Like, what the fuck you mean I can't these redacted?
He also bought and played Little Big Planet. Who knows if he played through Chris Chan's level? We'll never know.
I know you didn't.
Is that? I gotta check if I've actually if I've got this right. I feel like I don't. No, I didn't. I fucked it up, but I've caught it in time. So Game is one of the biggest. Well, it was the biggest gaming store chain in the UK. And they're planning on closing their remaining stores. It sounds like over time they have been slowly closing them down. There's only 3 left now, but yeah, they are planning on closing down their last stores, which is sad. They are essentially what EB Games was to us in New Zealand, and it makes me think, how long has GameStop got left in the man? My shares, Stephen. My shares.
It's almost like it's becoming a product of its time, like video rentals.
Yeah, very similar vibe, in terms of how they're going. Yeah, so that was almost bad Fred Durst. Yeah,
like a charm.
Hey. So, end of an era. Yes, I'll buy my games digitally like I have been for the last 15 years.
The future is now, old man.
Yeah, so also, I want to say, I understand, dude, there's a lot of doom and gloom in this over the last 2 weeks. So I'm sorry that there's going to be a lot of negative stuff coming up, but it was just straight up, that was the news cycle. We try to keep things pretty positive in a space that is actually extremely negative, all things considered. Obviously we're going to be critical of things, because I think that if you're not critical of things, how much are you really a fan of things? Is what I believe, So yes, but there is going to be a lot of this fucking stuff. It's like, yeah, this place is closing down. This software's stopping. Yeah, Jeffrey Epstein, he's a diddler. There's all. But I'm really
glad that you put I didn't say anything, because you capped it with like critical of things they like. It's like, it's hard to be critical. It's like, what Epstein did is wrong. And it's like, odd things we like. It's like, glad I didn't say that.
Yeah. Look, I just want to go on the record to say that I've never been to the island. And I didn't beg to go like Elon Musk. Please, Jeff, please. Oh, God. There was one though he also rejected because he's like, I'm simply too busy running Tesla and SpaceX, and that was kind of funny as well. So I gotta be fair. So Adobe is killing Adobe Animate next year, which is a flash animation tool that defined early web games. Developers have asked them to make it open source, but it's very unlikely that they will, knowing that Adobe are money grubbing cunts. Everybody uses their shit, but everyone fucking hates them.
Begrudgingly.
Like, they are such an unlikable company. They've started adding like cancellation fees for you cancelling your subscription and all sorts. They're fucking dogs, bro. So yeah. So I'm just gonna name a few games that they used to help create art for. Was The Binding of Isaac. Oh, I wrote Skill, but it's Skullgirls. Skullgirls, Hollow Knight, Castle Crashers, Nidhogg, Spelunky, and Mewgenics, which just launched. All use this Adobe Animate. So
what was that Xbox game? Battlebox
Theater?
Yeah.
I imagine that did as well. Same developers as Castle Crashers. I think that's the Behemoth. So like Alien Hominid used it as well. I think Pit People would have as well. Yeah. I'm a big fan of their stuff. Just if that isn't obvious, I'm a big fan of them. They're also boys with Edmund McMillan, who made The Binding of Isaac and Mewgenics and that as well. So, I think Dan Fulp, I think his name is, from who did I say? The Behemoth. I think he voices one of the cats in Mewgenics as well. And by voices, he just meows. I love they got a heap of like YouTubers and stuff and like Twitch streamers just to meow, and then they're like, yeah, this is your contribution. Give me like 3 happy meows, 3 sad meows, 3 regular meows, I don't know, and they're like, all right, we're putting this in the game. It's kind of fun. I wanna hear Moist Critical's one because it'll be like, meow, the most monotone like meow, like it's him, it's fucking him. Yeah. So yes, hopefully they will make it open source, but I doubt they will. Sony wants to use Gen AI to feed you fake podcasts voiced by PlayStation characters. I don't know how I feel about this. I think if done well, it could be kind of fun, you know. But it feels kind of dystopian. Like,
yeah.
there's something about it that just feels a little off. I don't know, like.
I would love like Parappa the Rapper, Spyro, and Crash Bandicoot just rehashing Cumtown skits.
What? Why'd you name 2 Xbox IPs there, mate? What's that about?
They were PlayStation in my childhood.
I know, same. Yeah, Insomniac and Naughty Dog both owned by PlayStation now as well. So you know I still think of them as PlayStation. It is weird them both being Xbox owned. Yeah. Also, rumors of a new Spyro game in development. So.
Ooh.
If that happens. Yeah, I mean, like, imagine though that it's like talking about current events. So Kratos is like, boy, a plane has hit the 2nd tower. And you're like, that's kind of fucked up, but thank you, Kratos, I guess.
Kratos is going to be like, boy, speak a little Chinese for them.
Yeah, so interesting to see if they do it. Like, also having a patent for something or idea doesn't mean they're going to execute. So we'll see in time. The Division Definitive Edition is dropped, and it appears that there's very little about it at all. And I don't know why they waited 10 years to do it. Like, here it is. It's $50 US. And you're like, okay, what's different? Yep. Okay, cool. So, who knows? The rumors are that because...
What makes it a definitive edition? That's up to you to find out.
Yeah. Yeah. So... Oh, well. It is what it is. It wouldn't be an episode of No Scrubs podcast without shitting on Ubisoft just a little. I'm actually like... Hear me out. I'm actually kind of turning around a little on Ubisoft because I really want them with this whole, yes, it sucks with the layoffs and everything, but the restructure, I really want them to succeed. I really do want them to succeed. Like, I'm not No, but I think that they have a lot of really good IP and they have historically made good games, and they don't make usually horrific games. They're usually fine. They're usually serviceable. But I think with this new focus, I really think there's a chance they could turn it around, and I would love to see them succeed.
What I'd love for them to do, an idea that would save their company, is...
Rayman Kart Racer cross Mega Man.
Close. Make a Mullet Mad Jack inspired game of Rayman where all the levels are the way they are in the pseudo 3D that they are in Mullet Mad Jack, but instead of kicking things, it's just sending his fist flying towards things.
And you can see it obviously like detached, just flying out. Yeah, that'd be cool. But Mullet Mad Jack, I think, only works with like it being extremely violent, and I don't think they would.
And being like,
I know they're robots,
twitchy, and like you've got to get to the end point in the shortest amount of time. And it's like I liked Mullet Mad Jack 'cause it was fun. It's what I couldn't get out of Neon White, where Neon White was definitely like a speedrunner game. I just preferred Mullet Mad Jack. It's like, yep, it is like race against the clock. Put your fat dick on the scoreboard, but it was fun.
And I put my fat dick on the scoreboard above all of your scores.
Yeah.
I was just beating Steven out. Just scraping him out every time. I'm like, oh yeah, we gave it. I've played a lot more like first person like shooters and stuff than you. And I know kind of a first person shooter. I guess it is, but also the melee stuff.
Shooter. It's a first person boomer stomp kicker.
I guess it is, yeah. So I've played a lot more of those types of games than you. So it's fun.
You've got the twitchy fingers for it.
I used to be pretty slick at shooters as well. Not to toot my own horn.
Not to honk your own horn. You clown.
Not to honk my own comically large red clown nose. Yeah. It was a pretty good shot back in the day, but I don't really play shooters anymore. Dude, it shows. I jump on a shooter and get my shit wrecked. I'm like, oh, nice.
Play shooters. I've got shocked.
One. Technically two, because one of them is do all the other challenges. On High Guard Game of the Year, I have one more challenge to do until I've done the big unlock that you in the game. Here's all these challenges to unlock, like some skins and so on. But the next one is like you got to knock down walls with the purple hammer, and it's like you got to do this 80 times or something. I've done 20, and I put the game down now. I'm probably done with it. But we will talk a little bit more about High Guard shortly. So speaking of dying games, Overwatch 2 is dead. Long live Overwatch. They've dropped the 2. They dropped the 2 off Overwatch. They promised a bunch of new heroes, maps, and passive abilities on characters. And after doing this, the season's just launched. They're also launching it as Season 1. They're completely just going straight from the start.
Pre-haul?
Yeah. It has, last I saw, it had passed Black Ops 7 and Battlefield 6 in concurrent players. I was like, oh shit, people are jumping on. It's big. That was on Steam. I don't know if it'll hold, but I think it's going to get a healthy player base again, man. DT's talking about jumping on as well. I'm keen to jump on. I used to play a lot of it back in 2016. I enjoyed it. I had a really good time with Overwatch. This comes from, I know that obviously Bobby Kotick's probably one of the most hated people in the industry, right? And I completely understand. Definitely a bit of a scumbag. But I think that for a lot of what he did for Activision, he really steered the ship well, and got Activision Blizzard King after obviously the mergers and so on, got sold to Microsoft for just under $70 billion. He made them a lot of money. He made shareholders very, very fucking wealthy, right? And there was a time that the yearly model was really good, but his influence to be like, Overwatch, we need to do a second one instead of making it just a forever game with content updates. They should have never done Overwatch 2. It was a bad idea. They should have never done Destiny 2, which was also under his under him, essentially, they should have just let them be forever games and keep adding to them, building onto them. That's what should have been done, and that did a lot of damage to both of those brands because of what he wanted. Because he wanted another Call of Duty, and that worked great for Call of Duty, but it's not working great right now. So, yes. It's like a blessing and a curse for me. I can see someone like the worst person do something good and then praise the good thing they've done. Like a lot of people can't do that, and a lot of people hate when people do that. But I just try to be objective. It's my cross to bear. It's funny, like I've had girlfriends in the past that fucking hate when you don't just immediately take their side, and I'm like, well, looking at it, I can understand it from this person's perspective. I fucking hate that shit. It's just like, but I can't help it. Just can't help. It's just the man I am, Stephen. So Dispatch has been censored on the Switch 2. It seems like they weren't forced to actually censor it, but they tried to get ahead of Nintendo's guidelines to make sure their game wasn't, would be allowed on there. And it sounds like they are working with Nintendo to see if they can try to roll things back a bit. The game had I think it was some mild nudity, maybe, like a little bit, and there's a few women that have been covered up a little bit more. But really just, you should put them all in full burqas just to be safe, I think. just not to offend anyone. No, so it's just come from them maybe kind of over-censoring themselves. So hopefully they can work with Nintendo to change it, just so, not from a Gooner perspective, but from this is the vision of your game, We want people to make the things that they want to make, right? Within reason. There's probably a small 5% of outliers where you're like, yeah, that shit's kind of fucked up. But generally the other 95%, yeah, make the shit you want to make. I enjoy seeing on Steam when you see some absolutely fucked games. Like, here's Hentai Heaven 7, and there's just the largest anime tits you've ever seen in your life, and she also has a massive dick, and you're like, oh, wow. Wild. Thank you, Steam. Or Sex with Hitler. You're like, oh, that's literally
Stalin.
Fucking Hitler. Yeah, well, fuck fascism and communism. There you go. Yeah, fuck. Yeah, as long as look, these games are fine, because as long as you're fucking someone with a mustache, that's all that matters. No, I mean, I don't know, man. I just think you see these fucking games, I have a laugh and I move on. I'm just kind of for making whatever people want within reason. So let people see a little cleavage in Dispatch. It's fine. AMD CEO Dr. Lisa Su. They always have to put Doctor. They never could be like Lisa Su. They're like, it's Dr. Lisa Su. And I get it, man. If I went to university for 5 years and got a doctorate, bro, I'd be putting fucking doctor on everything, bro. That would be, I'd fucking do it. If they're like, Mr. but Doctor. No, I wouldn't correct people because I'm too awkward.
No,
I'd be signing everything Doctor, bro. I'd be such a cunt. You think I'm a cunt now, bro? Fuck. Imagine me with a doctorate.
If I had a doctorate and someone was like, oh, what do you think about this weather? It's like, oh, as a doctor, I reckon it's pretty alright, eh?
Yeah, you'd be on a plane. It's like, is there a doctor on the plane? Yes, I'm a doctor in social science. Get the fuck back. So Dr. Lisa Su hints that next-gen Xbox could launch in 2027. So I imagine the plan is get something out before the PS6. Just try to get something out and try to claw back some market share. The rumors are still that it's going to be a more expensive, high-end console that's more PC based than console based is what all the leaks have been hinting to, but I don't think it's going to be enough. And I think the PS6 is going to come out and probably have similar performance, maybe better performance, and probably be a lot less money. Because it sounds like Sony also managed to get some good deals on RAM and locked in before all the AI stuff went crazy, so they can probably make their console $100 cheaper, I'd a guess. So yeah, but we will see what happens. Capcom have removed De Novo from Resident Evil 4 Remake. Yeah, woo! Removing De Novo. And replaced it with Enigma DRM. And has caused massive performance drops. Boo!
Oh.
Roughly 10 to 50% performance decrease. It sounds like it's mostly CPU. Cracked versions of the game have far better performance now. It's like, would I rather pay however much? I think it might be at $70 New Zealand. So would I rather pay $70 New Zealand and have a game that performs 10 to 50% worse, or pay $0 and have a game that performs significantly better?
The way it should run.
The way it should run. I think I'm not saying people should pirate this game. However, when you look at it like that, what's more appealing? Absolutely the piracy route. You can play the game and it runs way better.
For free.
Yeah.
Not endorsing.
So, not endorsing, but just when you really look at the options, I understand why someone would. So, Capcom, please don't go back to your Crapcom days. You've been slipping a little recently. They haven't been massive fuck-ups. They haven't been things you can't come back from. But we're starting to see these little cracks, and you've been killing it. You've been killing it over the last probably 10 to 15 years. Do not fucking slip back into Crapcom. Don't fucking do it. It's been cracked. It could be pirated already. Just get rid of the DRM at that point. Don't put more DRM on.
Yeah, don't trade out a DRM for another one.
No. If the game's already been cracked, you just get rid of the DRM and be like, fuck it, people have already pirated it. It's over at that point, right? You may as well save face, get rid of it, and have better performance in your game, because more people are likely to buy it. Some people, the bridge is already burned as soon as you put that DRM in. And it's not just because people are like, fuck you, I can't pirate this. It's just a lot of them make the game run way worse. So that's why. When I say do better, I'm not saying you're doing bad, but you need to do a little better, Capcom.
Bear in mind, you weren't always the big dog. You upset a lot of people, especially on the PS4 era. Sorry, PS3. And just remember,
PS3.
You didn't have the resources to make Street Fighter 5, so you had to basically get console exclusivity with Sony PlayStation to make it happen. It's just like, those days are gone. Those scummy days of having DLC that's already on the disc, like, that was a bad taste. You were a bit of a joke. You've more than made up for that. And you become quite the publisher. People got a lot of faith in you. Don't do dumb shit.
Yeah. You were, for a while, Fat Mega Man from the Street Fighter Cross Tekken.
Yeah.
And now you're regular Mega Man again. Just don't become Fat Mega Man again. Yeah. So we will see. So new game announced, Horizon Hunter's Gathering. Been announced. It's a up to 3-player co-op monster hunting action game. A lot of people are like, looks like Fortnite, and I get what people are saying. It does look kind of Fortnite-esque, and people have started noticing, like, what are they? Heard a term. A lot of games are just using this bright purple, and so many games are using now, and people are like, it's the new like piss filter. Purplification of games. And I didn't realize until I heard it, and then I was like, holy shit, they're completely right. There is a whole thing, there's like a purple plasma-y kind of look, and I'm like, fuck man, that is everywhere. Like Fortnite as well has done that, and Fortnite probably pioneered that, popularized it, but people were doing that. And I think this game looks fine. Like, I saw someone saying about...
employee.
Yeah, I saw someone saying about, though, there was this fat character, and they're like, of course they're going to have a fat character, like, but her class is a tank. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, as a tank, that does kind of make sense.
That tracks.
Then people are like, she's missing a leg, and it's like, some people might think that it's been attacked by machines, but people are going to think that it's because of diabetes. So I'm like, dude, that's brutal. But I don't have a problem with this. I think the game looks fine. I imagine it's PlayStation, so it's probably going to be a 40 USD, like 70 New Zealand dollar release, not a full price like a Helldivers or a Marathon. But this is the fourth Horizon spin-off game. There's 2 mainline games. There's 4 spin-offs when this comes out.
I don't like how smug Aloy looks in it.
She is kind of smug, to be fair. But there's the Lego Horizon. They've announced that MMO. There's the VR game as well. And now this. Dude. And this is done by Guerrilla. So it is the guys that make it. I imagine it's a second Guerrilla team. But, dude, just slow down. Don't. Stop doing all these spin-off games. You know, you just devalue the IP when you do too much of it. I feel. So, slow it down. Stop overdoing it. Let the third game happen. And then I think do the spin-offs. Do the spin-offs once you've concluded the story, I feel like. And maybe the idea is like, oh, have main game and then a spin-off, a main game spin-off. Maybe something like that, just to stagger them a bit better, I think would make sense. But that's kind of not how it's been. It's been like, first 2 games, spin-off, spin-off, spin-off. And there's going to be a 4th spin-off before the 3rd game comes out. It just take your time. Let people miss Horizon. Nvidia's RTX 50 series super refresh. So they've got the 50 series and the TIs, and then they do the super later. And the RTX 60 series says they have been delayed and might not even launch in 2027 from the memory shortage, which Nvidia has helped create. There is an irony of them being like, yeah, we can't get the memory because we've created the shortage for the market. We're making all these chips for OpenAI. So it does kind of suck, but it is what it is, man. It's just what's gonna happen, and hopefully it slows down a little, but maybe it ramps up more. That manufacturing plant, those manufacturing plants in the States that they're building, bro, that shit can't come soon enough. We just need more places making more chips. It takes a long time to build these factories because it's the most proprietary of proprietary stuff ever. Like, it's ridiculous. It takes like 5 years to get these factories off the ground. It's fucking crazy. Big investment. Google has launched a Gen AI game. Fuck you, phone. Don't fucking pick that shit up. Because I said the magic word. I said the G word. You're like, what, Jew? It's like, it's not a G. Goo?
No.
Jesus. I'm fucking I'm out of pocket tonight. I'm saying wild shit. So anyway, this new Gen AI development tool called Genie 3. And everything I've seen from it so far is just a straight fucking rip-off. It's just genuinely a rip-off. I saw one and I was like, this is just Dark Souls 3. This is exactly Dark Souls 3. What the fuck? There was a Zelda one, there was a Mario one, and they're not even inspired. They're just straight rip-offs running at like 10 to 15 frames a second.
Gross.
I'm like, I don't think this is a tool. This is the stuff I've said that, like, as much as an unpopular opinion, I'm not like entirely against all of the stuff. This is the use cases that I'm entirely against. It's the most blatant shit I've seen in my life. This isn't like we'll feed a couple of things and there's a Zelda inspired kind of thing that comes out. No, it was literally the Legend of Zelda. All the art direction. It was fucking Link. It was everything. It was like the sword, the shield, all of it. You're like, you didn't even fucking try make this look different. You just fucking blatantly ripped it off 1-to-1. So yeah, this shit kind of fucking sucks, and I can't see a utility for this that isn't just blatantly ripping off other games. Have you seen any of this? Have you seen this? You heard about this?
I had to Google it just then. I was like, yeah. This guy
Pretty blatant,
sucks.
Yeah. Next one. So Mind's Eye co-CEO alleges 1 million plus euros was spent on sabotaging the game and will pursue legal action. So Mark Gerard alleged that several influencers, 3 journalists, and Builder Rocket Boy employees were part of a campaign against the game.
Damn.
Yeah. So to me, it just looked like it was a bad game. To be honest, I'm pretty sure I was from the first stuff that we saw of it. I remember people saying that they thought it looked generic. I just didn't think it looked good. This comes from someone who is an enjoyer of High Guard. Okay, I'm not here just shitting on every single thing that comes out. I'm not doing it because I think it's trendy. I thought this game looked boring and bad from the start. Straight up. This is just how it always felt to me. Fuck, I wish I was paid to say that. Jesus, give me some fucking money. I'm out here talking shit for free. I never thought it looked particularly good. So I don't know. They're apparently trying to sue. I wonder who these people are. These several influencers and 3 journalists. I don't think anyone was paid off. I just don't think your game. It didn't look good, and I think when it came out, it was proven that it wasn't good. So I don't know. I looked at it on Steam the other day though, and the reviews are way better than they were. Surprisingly, recent reviews are very positive. Oh, sorry, mostly positive. It's 77%. Overall, though, it's mixed. It's 49%. But that's better than it was. It was mostly negative not long ago. So maybe they have patched it and cleaned it up a bit. But it just looked like a fairly generic third-person shooter to me. It just looked unremarkable.
That's what I was thinking of. Unremarkable.
Yeah. Also, unremarkable doesn't always mean bad. Unremarkable was just like, look, there just wasn't anything interesting here. But I just also don't think it looked good. It's just straight up. And it's a hard thing, I know as well. Leslie Benzies was, he was a producer on Grand Theft Auto, and it's the hardest space to get into is that type of game, that third-person shooter sandbox game, because Rockstar has more money and time than everyone up their sleeve to make these fucking big sandbox games, and that's who you're competing against. You could try the Saints Row approach, what people used to like, and then they did a reboot, and then they tried to pander to the wrong audience, and it did not work out for them at all. No, it's just never looked good to me. So, also the game director of Mind's Eye is Leslie Benzies, who just before has been mentioned in the Epstein files. Though I do want to say,
not good.
I won't make any allegations, but it's just not a good look, and especially when the other co-CEO is out there being like, I'm going to sue people who have been I said pursue legal action was what he said, but that's suing essentially people who were paid off to slander a game. So it's just not looking good for the company in general, because now Leslie Benzies has he's now on leave from Builder Rocket Boy as well, but it sounds like there are plans to have him back. I don't know, just not a great look, not what they need right now when they're already under a lot of scrutiny.
More like build a case, boy.
Yeah, build a rocket to the island. I'm not saying he was ever on the island. And there's a lot of people who've been named in the files who were just like named where they talked about Jon Stewart. He wasn't Jon Stewart being talked about because he was on a plane or on the island. They talked about him in an email or something. So, that's... I was going to say that's fine. It's not fine. It's not fine. But we will see if anything comes out about it. It might be a nothing burger, or maybe there was something else. But I'm not pointing a finger. Just raising that it has been mentioned.
I'm not pointing the finger. I'm just raising an eyebrow.
So. Yes, but Bethesda had a website countdown that was timed with the airing of the final episode of Fallout Season 2. So people were quite excited for this, and some people have said, oh, well, it's the Bethesda fans' fault. They just completely hyped this up. But Bethesda do this shit all the fucking time. They set up these things, and their fans get all excited, and they get these expectations in their head, and then they never fucking deliver on what their fans are excited for. I've seen this happen so many times over the years. They're like, hey, we've got something for you. And they're like, oh, shit. Oh, shit, what is it? And they're like, a new cosmetic in Fallout 76. They're like, oh, what the fuck? And so they had this countdown.
So dumb. That's so, overplayed for such an insignificant thing.
Yeah, so this one was, there's a countdown happening, like, oh, shit, here we go. Are they going to announce a remaster of New Vegas, or what could it be? And what it was a virtual tour of Mr. House's penthouse. That's all you got to have a virtual tour. And I saw someone say, you can have a virtual tour in Fallout New Vegas. You can literally go there and walk around it. I'm like, what the fuck? So yes, very disappointing. Yes, maybe the fans shouldn't have got their expectations so high, but
to be fair,
have this countdown on this website, and you think, oh shit, this is going to be a big one. Oh, it's linking in with this. Could it be a hint for Season 5? Could it be a new DLC in Fallout 76? Could it be a full remaster of one of these games? Nah, virtual house tour, too bad.
I would be so upset if there was like, I've got to play Street Fighter 6 and there's a countdown, and countdown ends. It's like, oh yeah, we've updated the title screen. It's a brand new image.
Yeah.
Get a virtual tour of Ryu's beaten up gloves. 3D models spinning around.
Yeah. Ugh, man. They do it in
virtual house tour.
Anything.
Fuck off.
I couldn't even think of an example. I was just like, that's more disappointing than anything I could think of. I couldn't think of anything as just fucking mundane. So, Bethesda, do better, please.
I hope they get messages from like disgruntled fans with like the sentiment of, I actually fucking hate you, just so you know.
I hope they get messages from some kind of scuffed realtor, you know?
Yeah. That'd be sick.
So, there's a big story here. Ashes of Creation. So, this is a game, this is an MMO that they had a Kickstarter in 2017. I heard some reports that it was in 2015, but everything I actually could find myself, like, of any evidence, was that the Kickstarter went up in 2017. So, don't know. But anyway, so they raised over 3.2 million USD, which, look, that sounds like a lot of money, and it is, but for an MMO, it's actually not, especially over development of, 9 years. So anyway, it was in development for all that time. It launched in early access on Steam in December of 2025, right? And after about 50 days of early access, Intrepid Studios essentially go under. They lay a bunch of people off. Now the game is closing down. And that wouldn't be so controversial if it wasn't for they had originally promised players access to refunds if the game did not release. So what people believe is that the only reason they put it in early access was so then they didn't have to give people refunds. Oh, look, the game's out. It's in a playable state. Here you go. Enjoy the game. Oh, okay. It hasn't met expectation. We're going to have to close it down. See you later. After 9 years of development. And I think as well, like, look, obviously we don't know that that's the case, but it feels like it likely is, So I think it's a really, really scummy move if they have done that. Apparently Steam has been giving refunds, but the people who backed it through Kickstarter and stuff, obviously they won't get their money back.
That sucks.
You should always as well go into Kickstarter knowing there is a chance you don't get what was promised or your money back. That's kind of the idea of crowdfunding, but they promised they would. That's the thing.
Sort of like the sentiment of like gambling. It's like I'm okay with spending this money that I'm probably not. There's a high chance I'm not going to get back.
Yeah. Dude, I have games that I backed on Kickstarter from so fucking long ago that haven't come out. It's crazy, and I'm like, is it ever going to come out? I'll see if I can find an example as well. But yeah, so very disappointing. And like I said, I don't think there's probably a lot of. I don't think they have the money left over to refund people anyway, right? I really do think that they've spent it on development. And there just probably isn't money to give them refunds, so maybe they were looking at it and they were like, fuck, we have to launch this because we cannot actually afford to give people these refunds. So, look, they're still not great, but yeah, come on, man. So man, I wish I backed Hollow Knight while it was on Kickstarter. That was a deal. Tell me my password's incorrect, so fuck me. I'm not finding out the things I've backed. I think there was a game called Sorcery, like sorcery and sword. That was cool. I liked the look of that. Oh, Binding of Isaac 4 Souls, the board game. I backed that. That was cool. Dogs with Jobs, also a board game. A card game, sorry, which we played.
I am not good at it.
A game that I have backed and haven't got yet, but I imagine it will come out. Pipsqueak, a little mouse 3D platformer, which looks really, really cool. Looks really cute. And then another mouse platformer, Mina the Hollower, the Yacht Club games, the guys who made Shovel Knight. Yeah. So yeah, there's a few things there, but I wish I could log in, but shit won't let me, so that's fine. There's a game I was like that I backed years and years ago, and I was like, oh man, this looks awesome. I played the demo, I loved it, and when the full game came out, I was like, my tastes have changed. It just didn't hit the same anymore. I can't find it. I can't remember what it was called now. That's okay. So Sandfall Games, the developers of Clear Obscure Expedition 33, had been named Knights of the Order of Arts and Letters by the French Ministry of Culture for their outstanding contributions to arts, literature, and culture.
Sick.
That fucking rules.
That
goes hard as fuck. And I'm glad. I'm so glad that they have been recognised for what they put out. That's really, really cool. The French are really good at recognising that kind of stuff, which is nice. I do like that about the French. They've done it with. They gave like some really prestigious award to Akira Toriyama. Obviously not French, but yeah, very, very cool that they like gave him this really prestigious award, and then he's like, "Oh, I'm a hermit. I'm not showing up to receive this." Oh, okay. I got into my Kickstarter. So, Strength of the Sword. In 2015 I backed that. So a long time ago. I backed Ukulele. Let's go. I backed a bunch of board games. Dark Souls board game, Bloodborne board game. A game called Phaland. I think I got the key and I wasn't. And I was just not into it. Yeah, Sorcery. It said estimated delivery 2023. I'm pretty sure I still haven't got it. I'm going to have a look. I'm going to have to check if that is still in development or if they've sent me a key and I just didn't see it. Last updated January of this year. Okay. We're going to see this live. Does this game exist? No, coming soon. It's been in development forever. Holy shit. That's alright. I'll get it when I get it. If at all. That's fine. I imagine that scope completely changes and just blows out and you want to do more and more. We were talking about on stream last night. I know you weren't there, but why like having a good game producer is so important. So you need like a great game director with great vision, but you need a producer to draw the line somewhere and say, this needs to be a product that we can sell so we can also make money. It's I imagine a fairly unpopular role in creative fields because you have to have a good understanding of the creative stuff, but you really have to also, be like, look, this needs to get out because we need to make money. This can't just be in development for fucking 10 years and we just don't make money from it. It's a product. As much as it's art, it is both. So Riot Games has announced layoffs of the 2XKO team with a quote that says, overall momentum hasn't reached the level needed to support a team of this size long term. Said, game was in development for close to 10 years after they bought the Rising Thunder team, and they kind of sounds like they started the game from scratch 2 to 3 times. I heard 3, so I don't know if that was the first and that or they had to do it over completely. But it did launch with a small roster. Like I played a little bit of it and I was like, this feels pretty good. But it launched with 12 characters, which is not a lot. Yes, it's free to play, but we'll have to see. They still have a smaller core team working on it now. We will see. We'll see what happens. Pokeball Super Bowl ad may have cost more than Legends ZA. So people are crunching the numbers about the time slots for it. So the time slot alone is rumored to be $16 to $20 million. And it featured Trevor Noah, Lady Gaga, and some other celebrities. Legends ZA budget was $13 million. So if we take the high end of that, that slot might have cost $20 million. And then whatever it cost to actually make the ad, which would have been expensive because celebrities. And obviously there was marketing in the game for the game as well. We don't know what the marketing budget for ZA was, but it was probably fairly sizable. But just based on that $13 million to 16, 20, that's kind of wild when you put it into perspective that way, eh? Kind of crazy. So, it's all that, and I was like, it's kind of fun in a fucked up way. For people who hate money. Also, man, I hate the whole thing with like American sports. Yes, I'm a hater, but the idea of like the Super Bowl and it's like, yeah, so we've got one of our biggest sports events of the year, and you're like, oh man, oh yeah, that's cool. Yeah, it goes on for half the day. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, we have a fucking concert in the middle of the sports game. Why? Why do you have a concert? If you want to watch the sport, like it's this whole thing. Like I'm not an anti-capitalist. But I'm like, capitalism's gone too far with this shit, bro. This is fucking ridiculous. As a boxing fan, there was a Tyson Fury fight in Saudi Arabia, and the Saudis, they will just burn money to shit. They had a fucking concert before the last fight. I'm like, I don't fucking care about this rapper, bro. You could put almost any artist on. I don't want to fucking see it. I want to see men punch each other in the fucking head.
Creed.
That's what I'm here to see. That's what I'm paying money to see.
Creed.
I want to see fucking 6'7" or 6'9" have a fucking tall, gangly Tyson Fury throw some fucking punches, bro. What the fuck? I just think it's so fucking stupid. And the millions and millions of dollars, like Pokemon may have, or Game Freak may have. I don't know if it's Game Freak or the Pokemon Company or Nintendo, whoever takes care of marketing. It probably is the Pokemon Company. Spending $20 million on an ad. Right, for the 30th anniversary. Crazy. That's so much fucking money. Absurd. That's enough money. Dude, that's enough money that if I had that in my bank account right now, 80% of people who've ever met me would never fucking see or hear from me again. Yeah, they'll be gone. That'd be it. See you later, cunt. That's so much money. Except you, Stephen. I'd still talk. DT though. no, of course not. There's my boy. I just had to throw someone under the bus. Highguard developer Wildlight has laid off a large amount of their team. Fortunately, they recently added a 5v5 mode, which I did play a couple of games of. Some of it was better, some of it was worse than the 5v5. The part that was better is the kind of looting stage. 3v3, everybody plays really, really safe. 5v5, people play a bit more fast and loose, and there's a lot more fighting before the shield breaker, which is like the objective, comes up. So that part was way better 5v5. The invading the base part feels like it needs a little more tuning. You could completely just fucking snowball and like steamroll people on the 5v5 part of that. I think the 3v3 was a little bit better for that, but still wasn't too bad. But yes, pretty sad. I just don't think it was enough to keep players engaged. I've kind of joked that Highguard, I was like, look, Highguard was the only game released this year that I'd actually played in 2026. And I joked, I was like, technically it's my game of the year. I was like, technically, Mewgenics has come out and Mewgenics is so far my game of the year. So sorry, Highguard, you have slipped. I know it's not, once again, when I use the term unremarkable, I do feel differently when I refer to Mind's Eye as unremarkable. I think that's one of the problems for Highguard, is that a lot of people found it unremarkable. It's very hard to stand out in this particular genre. As much as I enjoyed it, and I really felt like the game mode, the part with the raid, was really, really cool. I actually enjoyed that a lot. That was the most exciting part for me, the base raiding and the defending. But yeah, it just hasn't been enough, and I think we're slowly going to see it dwindle down and die, unfortunately. But yes, rest in peace, Highguard. Later this year, I imagine. I might pop in every now and again and jump in for some games, but I knew this was going to happen for me anyway. I knew that it was going to be a game that was going to be temporary in my rotation, because I generally don't want forever games. I want to play a game for a bit and then move on. It's the meme though. Highguard is like, you know, with the Grim Reaper. It's like,
yeah,
was I the best game? And it's like, no, you were fine. So, speaking of Mewgenics, Mewgenics has just launched and has sold over 500,000 copies in about a day and a half. So, I'm a big fan of Edmund McMillan. When I first played Super Meat Boy, I was like, this is exceptional. This is so fucking good. And then the OG Binding of Isaac, and then the Binding, which was done on Flash, and then the Binding of Isaac Rebirth. Outstanding. I think one of the best games of all time. The End is Nigh. I really enjoyed Legion of Bumbo. Just all these games I've thoroughly enjoyed. And Mewgenics is fantastic. And I will talk a bit more about Mewgenics soon. I'm very early into the game, so there's a lot that I have not discovered yet. But I will get to that. So, what we're playing. So actually, first we've been playing a little XCOM 2 again on stream. As Stephen had a little work due, so make it, but we'll be back on XCOM 2 next week. So grid-based tactics game. We're playing Long War, and I'm looking forward to playing more of it. It's a great game. It's fucking hard, and it's a fun time. I played through the Neo 3 demo, and I'm not as hot on this as other people are. I like it, but I don't think the open world stuff works for me for this type of game. Apparently Code Vein 2 does a similar thing, but they are kind of trying to trend chase Elden Ring, going, we're an open world Souls-like, and they're like, oh, well, we can do that. Apparently it doesn't work at all in Code Vein 2, I saw people saying, but a lot of people do like it for Neo 3. It's got this does really a disservice, but almost a Ubisoft-like approach to it. It's like, here's an enemy encampment, go and wipe out all the enemies here. And you're like, okay, that's fine. I don't mind doing that. You can stealth your way around and stealth kill a couple of dudes and then face whoever you want. head to head at the end, which is fun, and then there's a bit of looting to do. Also, still way too much loot in Neo games. I don't need a million fucking katanas that do the same. You've still got your choice of weapons. You know, your katana, your dual katanas. You've got, I think you've got axes, big old hammers, stuff like that. But this one, what makes it different? You've got your samurai mode and your ninja mode. So you can change on the fly. Your ninja mode's got like shurikens, and you can like hurl a little magic with like a fireball and stuff, which is cool. Sounds like a lot of people are saying ninja mode is just way more OP, but I'm just like such a simple man. I'm playing a Souls-like. I want to be samurai mode the whole time. But a cool mechanic with it is, so when the enemies are doing a red attack, if you use it kind of like a parry and you transform into the ninja mode or into the samurai mode at the last second, just depending on which mode you're in, you essentially do like a parry on the enemy, and then you can just get a bunch of damage off. It's cool. Yeah, there's these other parts on the map where there's these big, like, just kind of crystal things, and you approach them, and then you've got to do like a mini gauntlet. Maybe you've got to fight 3 waves of enemies in there, which is kind of cool, but it feels like it's a little bit of almost busy work, but all of it felt fine. And then these big areas of the map that are like corrupted by these like essentially like demons and stuff, and you've got to slowly go through, and you light these lanterns and you find little checkpoints in there, and you just slowly go through killing all these demons. And that was cool. At the end you fight a boss, and then you purify that part of the map. I liked that. I just think at full price, I just don't know if I'm feeling it. And it wasn't bad. I was like, this is alright. This is fine. So yeah, I might get to it at some point, but I think I'll wait for a sale. First Neo I picked up, I bounced off it. I later got it cheap on PC. I picked it up, bounced off it. Third attempt, I ended up getting all the way through it, and I enjoyed it. Neo 2 I've picked up a couple of times and put down. I haven't gone back to it. So I think they're good. Dude, if they actually gave you 70% loot, I think I would be into it. I think I'd push through and play through the second one. But you kill an enemy and there's 5 bits of loot dropped, and you're like, why do I spend so much time on fucking menus, bro? Also a classic Neo thing is there are little dudes scattered around the map. These little green dudes. When you find them, you get like passive buffs, like, oh, you'll heal more, or you'll deal more damage after you heal, stuff like that. I do like that. I like those little dudes. There's these little cats, these fat little cats, and you have to chase them to an area, and they just keep rolling around. I like those dudes. But there's a lot of good stuff in there. So yeah, I might get to it one of these days. I've been playing not much, but a little bit more Horizon Forbidden West. I talked about that last time. I don't think there's much more I need to say. It's exactly what it was the last time I played it. I think I just need to streamline and just do the story, because I do like the story. I think it's all the... I look at the map, there's a million fucking markers. I'm like, fuck, I just can't deal with that. Which Neo 3's got a little bit of that, but nowhere near to the extent. Which I did like. Looking at the map, I'm like, there's just a few things I got to clear up. Cool. So Mewgenics, currently my game of the year. This game's kind of hard to describe what it is, like genre-wise. It is a melding of things. There is a lot. I'm going to read out how it is described on Steam. It says, build the ultimate cat army through tactical breeding and send them into deep, challenging turn-based adventures, draft abilities, collect items, and manipulate genetics across generations in this roguelike tactics game from the creators of Binding of Isaac and The Ender's Knife. So, yeah, it is super, super interesting. Like the mix of things that they got as well. Very much Edmund McMillan's art style, which I love after playing a lot of Binding of Isaac. This game will run on just about fucking anything as well, which is great. A lot of toilet humor, which is, on brand for Edmund. He loves, pun intended, he loves that shit. And yeah, so you start out, you pick your cats. Your cats do be fucking. I'm gonna be honest. You see, these cats do be rooting So you got your little house there, and then you got to send them on your little missions, right? Your roguelike, you got a little paths you can take, and you got 5 equipment slots. You've got one that's just like a normal attack one. You've got a hat, so headgear. You've got like a necklace, so something to wear, and then you've got glasses, and then you've got like a potion slot, which could also be pills and stuff. And some of these will be like, here, have +3 armor, or deal more damage, or regenerate at the end of your turn. Stuff like that, right? And all your cats have got stats, so there's like, oh, this one's got 7 movement, this one's got 3 damage, and this one's got 4 intelligence, so it regens more mana at the end of each turn. So every cat's got like you at the start when you're going in, you can see all the cat stats, and you give them a collar which gives them their class, and their class will give them like certain like class-based abilities. So one that's on a tank, which I found to be fucking crazy strong, is like teleport with any, like switch places with any of your other cats. So you have a cat who's really fast, got good move, so it goes early, goes in there, hits something, and then you get your tank to teleport in where they are and just soak all the damage. Like shit like that is great. Like you can play it as like there's a fighter, there's a tank, there's a mage, there's a ranger or an archer, something like that. Cleric, if I didn't say cleric already. I just unlocked thief. So you've got all these different classes that all have different abilities that are somewhat randomized, but some of it are Mewgenics, right? Like eugenics. You could breed these particular cats together to give them, oh, this one's got a good ability, I want to try to breed that down to them. So you just leave the cats in an area, they can fuck, and then you get a kitten potentially with those abilities and moves. It is a bizarre game, but the grid-based tactics is really fucking good so far. It's very, very fun. There's a lot of elemental stuff as well, so if an enemy's standing in water and you use like an electric ability, it will zap everyone who's in the water. Like that. If you freeze an enemy, you could thaw them out with ice, with fire. More ice means more freeze, not thaw out. So yeah, there's plenty of boss fights as well, which have been fun and sometimes challenging. Sometimes it's just, there's this dude that keep placing traps, so you see where the trap lands and then it disappears, but it's still there, and I just, like a fucking idiot, kept walking in these traps and just got completely fucked. I just got fucking steamrolled. And then the next time I did that one, I just got him in a corner and beat the fuck out of him. I just bullied this cat. Yeah, man, it is an excellent game, and I can see myself sinking a lot of hours into it. Big fan. Yeah. So the next game I played, which I'll let Stephen talk about, we both played through the Pragmata demo, which is, it took me about 15 minutes. Did it take you about the same?
Yeah. Yeah, when you gave me the heads up that it was a very short demo, I was like, oh.
And I went from being like, I'm interested in this game, but I'm like, I'm probably not going to get it. I'm probably going to fucking get it, bro. I'm like, this game, that demo, I was like, this is really fucking good.
Yeah.
Like, you know, third-person action sci-fi game where you're fighting against robots. You've got a little, like an android little girl, which also kind of a weird concept, I'm going to be honest. Like, even the idea of, like, we can make robots now. Make it a child. Like, no, let's not do that. Let's not do this. But she's also, like, way more adorable than I would have thought. I actually, as a character, she seems really fun, really adorable. What's your guy's name? Hugh. He seems alright, but I'm looking forward to seeing more of him as well.
Not on the Epstein files.
As far as we know.
As far as we know.
He might have been if she was a real girl.
Yeah. Not funny.
With the combat, I was blown away by this idea. It sounds really fucking dumb. Like third-person shooting, right? And you're like, oh yeah. And there's a hacking mini-game that you have to use the face buttons to scroll through to so she can hack them and you can deal more damage. It works so fucking well. I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, this is really good. And this is a very interesting idea. I don't know if anyone's done that before. And it's, like I say, it sounds stupid. It's super engaging. You've got to be backing away from the enemy. And you are aiming at them. You've got to make sure you've got the right weapon out as well for the situation. And then you've got to do this fucking hacking minigame. It's like this grid. And you're like, okay, go across here. To make sure you can deal more damage.
And you can also
super engaging.
You can also pick up nodes like that defense node, and it will put it in the grid. So you can go. There'll be like maybe 3 blue icons that you can get up before you end the hacking to do the major damage. But yeah, items that you can pick up, like nodes that had the shield one, and if you manage to get that shield in your sequence, it lowers their defenses, which cool. I like the idea of you picking up these items and it adds them to the grid.
It's really, really cool. The weapons, I believe there's more weapons if you do a second run. I just did the one, and I was like, I think that's enough. I think I'm sold. But you start off with like a kind of like a pistol.
The grip gun.
Yeah. Ooh. Do it grip though. Do it be gripping. God. Grip. No, this is gonna sound way more sinister than it was, but so when my younger brother handed me his. Also, people with kids, why do they want to hand a baby to someone that doesn't want to hold their baby? I'm like, no, don't make me do it. My brother only handed me his child to get a photo of me with him. I'm like holding on, like not squeezing, but I'm like gripping for dear life. Like I'm like this. I cannot drop this thing. I think of it, this is the most precious thing in the world. I can't fucking drop it. I'm like, baby's probably like, this motherfucker's tense. But yes, the grip gun, which is kind of like a standard handgun, and then you've got like a shotgun, which fucking rips them apart. Mm-hmm. Holy shit, that's so good. And then there was another one that you used to like...
The stasis net?
Yeah, the stasis net was awesome. And you could use it on bosses as well. Also, that boss fight at the end of the demo, so fucking good. Really, really exceptionally good boss fight. Yeah.
Especially when you're chucking down those drone strikes on you, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, and then
dash.
You do special hacking mini games as well to like find his weak point to hit him for huge damage as well. It's super engaging. Yeah, good shit. Have you? Yeah. What else? What else is there to say? There's the areas don't seem like they're massive, but they're like explorable areas through this factory, and there's a bit of like platforming and a slight puzzle kind of element. Like you do the hacking to like control elevators and doors and things like that. Yeah, dude, I'm so impressed. I played that 15 minutes. I was like, yeah, I need to play this. I need to play this whole fucking game. This is great.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll day one it, but I'm pretty sold on that 15 minutes alone.
Yeah. Yeah, that's 3 times better than that Pantera song, that 15 minutes alone.
Yeah.
5 minutes alone. Do you remember when it was old internet and it was like
Cooking with Phil Anselmo?
Yeah, 5 minutes on low.
Just simmer.
So that riff though, obviously, look, Pantera, I know, love him or hate him, but that's such a great hefty riff.
Very dirty.
Good shit, man. I love that. Yeah. So anyway, have you got more on Pragmata?
No.
I'm sorry as well. I was like, Stephen, I'm going to let you go for this, and then I just fucking went off. I was so excited to talk about Pragmata, but we had a little back and forth with it. It's good.
Yeah.
All right, what else you playing, mate? What's going on?
I did the needful, and I've gone back into Ball Pit.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
it's a good choice.
My time sync. I've changed like my base operations because I didn't realize that for if you wanted more like wheat, wood or whatnot, you can actually buy these buildings where you just put like tiles adjacent to it and it will just auto harvest it for you. I was like, oh shit, so I'm being a little bit more tactful of my placement of the building aspect. As for playing it, roguelike, bust a move / breakout, brick break, whatever, I'm still running the same tactic. The same tactic is I either use, there's this character called the co-inhabitants, where it's 2 people at once, and they specialize in balls that give you more things called baby balls, which are just, you can just cover the screen in these tiny ping pongs. And so that's the strat. But the main strat I go to is like, cool, I'm going to have 3 fucking lasers. Because I love it how you've got the vertical and the horizontal lasers, and you managed to get...
Yeah, fuck yeah.
And you managed to get them to the back, so they're hitting the back row, but because it's vertical and horizontal lasers, it's like... Hitting it from the back.
Hitting from the back.
I know what I said.
I heard what you said.
But no, it's still that game that, like... That and Loop Hero were the 2 games where it's just like, I would play them on Game Pass, and now that I don't have... Or they actually left Game Pass. Well, Loop Hero left Game Pass, and I was like, damn, there isn't actually a game that scratches that itch. And I was playing Ball Pit on Game Pass, and then I saw the price. I still had some money left over from the numerous Steam vouchers I received from Christmas to my birthday, and I was just like, fuck it, we Ball Pit.
He's been waiting to use that line. He's been waiting, I know it.
Yeah.
I need to see, once again, if I can try and invite you to the Steam family, because I have Loop Hero. So if we can get you in there, then you can play it, but I'll send you another invite. We'll see if it works this time. Yeah. Nice. Ball Pit's a game I do want to get back to, and I did enjoy what I played. Man, there's so many games. So many fucking games. So little time. You been playing anything else?
Nope.
Damn. This motherfucker.
Yeah.
Too busy with other things, eh?
Yeah. Nah, and it's just like I'm mainly waiting out for the Street Fighter 6 Alex update in March.
True.
So I just like going back to Ball Pit, because it's something that I can pick up, drop, very casual, have something on the other monitor.
Why I love roguelites, man, as well.
Yeah, man.
It's like jump on for a couple runs, put it down, and then you can do anything else. There's just that very little commitment from them.
Mate,
I'm a man who doesn't mind committing, but it's nice to be able to be like, cool, I can. I don't need a. It's like Horizon is such a big commitment I'm finding right now when I look at the map, and I'm like, oh, there's so much to do. But jump in, play a game of Mewgenics, and cool, we got through that for an hour. All right, sweet. I'll get back to this tomorrow.
Well, one of my mates said, it's just like, very sweeping generalization, but I found it hilarious. He's like, all women want is just some chill time to do some crocheting. All men want is some chill time to play a RNG roguelite.
But I'm saying, dude, he's a man after my own heart.
You'd get along with him.
Look, any man who's a fan of roguelikes is a friend of mine. Alright, so Steam review. So I've got 2 reviews today because I couldn't help myself. I got the first one probably a week ago, and the other one I got tonight. So this is the worst purchase I've ever made, and I own an RX8. I almost said RX7. Damn, can't be slandering RX7s. Notoriously a car that'll cost you money. RX8, so pretty funny. That was by Zinerki. Yeah, that's a word that I'm sure is real. And that was about Mind's Eye. So it's pretty funny. The next review I've got, because I had to do a Mewgenics review, is I bred cats until their spawn was inbred enough to cast Fireball for -2 mana at the cost of permanent osteoporosis, then sold them to a gay guy to build an extra room on my crack house where I breed more cats. 10 out of 10, and that was from Fuzzy Green Tits.
Hell yeah.
And that's why, like, you gotta hear how fucking unhinged this game is, right? It's just there's just wild shit going on. This is just what Edmund McMillan does. He makes wild shit. I was saying to Script last night, I'm like, so what he does, Edmund's like really clever because he's not a programmer, right? He's an artist and designer, right? He has these ideas for a game and goes, oh, this is what I want to make. Here's the art I'm doing and stuff, and then just finds a developer, usually someone he's friends with, to then make the game with him. But I think he's one of the best minds in game development in terms of just his ideas are just fucking crazy. Like the ideas this man cooks up and just makes work for a game. Just crazy shit, man. He's so fucking good. He is. I think the man is a fucking genius, absolute madman. Binding of Isaac is, like I said, one of the best games of all time. Shout out Edmund McMillan. All right, Stephen, have you got a review?
I have a feeling this might be one you've already used, but it's for Ball Pit by Shy Guy 2610. Thoroughly enjoyed playing my balls. Game was good too.
It's a solid review.
Solid review.
We respect it, mate. It's good. It's good shit. We do a little Jamin. Yeah. Well, before we go, Stephen, have you got anything else? Anything else you'd like to say before we leave this evening?
Oh, I jumped on a little bit of Risk of Rain 2 with a mate, and it was good. I still suck because I'm just not getting them items.
It is a fucking hard game, to be fair. It is a super difficult game. I really like Risk of Rain 2, but yeah, it's not easy. Great game. Also, bit of roguelike. Roguelite. I never know where the line is drawn for roguelike and roguelite, but I use them fairly interchangeably, to be fair. I think it's fine. Right, well, sounds like that's going to conclude episode 29 of the No Scrubs podcast. So if somehow by a miracle you've enjoyed what you've heard here today, please let us know. Or if you didn't like it, please let us know. I'd love some feedback. It'd be great. I'm always trying to better myself as a person. Because I'm terrible. No, but just drop some feedback. I don't know. What's the funniest name of a cat you've had in Mewgenics? Dude, I got this. I can't remember the name of the cat, but this cat was so fucking ugly. And I was like, God damn. And then we went on a run. The cat was super good. And then I got its offspring, which is also fucking ugly. I'm like, God damn it. Got your ugly ass face. It was pretty fun. So, yeah. All right. Thanks for listening to. Well, I'd say two madmen ramble, but listen to me ramble and Stephen rambling a little less, but you know, but still,
we ramble.
There for the moral support. There for some game chat. All right, we'll be back in 2 weeks. We'll catch you then. Sure.
What?